Today is the second day of practice, a little. Yesterday went according to the schedule we mentioned on the first day, to show how suffering arises. How does it occur? Suffering arises in the mind. Suffering arises from the fabrication due to contact, from arising thoughts, or from recalling various matters. And then it leads to what is called fabrication, and then attachment, until it becomes suffering in the mind. When suffering arises, it becomes craving, which is called pressure. It becomes pressure, and this is the process of suffering that arises in everyone's mind. 7.8 billion people on this planet experience the same suffering, going through the same process, the same procedure. When we understand one thing, we start to see the media. We listen to examples. We can understand. We can accept that, yes, everyone is the same. The person who has been criticized sits and recalls the old criticisms, and they suffer, but they can think and understand. But when they recall what this or that person said and understand it as suffering, or even the issues they are currently facing in front of them, such as when you are communicating with someone and then being affected, causing the mind to suffer. The suffering arises entirely in the mind. So, on the first day, we explained everything about that, even about a monkey kiss, or kissing a monkey. As soon as the kiss happens, it creates an image of happiness. It arises in the mind as a false image, an illusion. In our mind, the sensation is just there. The sensation claims that even the monkey's lips are unclear. It's just a simple touch. And then we create an image of kissing, a model. When we open our eyes, it turns out to be a monkey, and we feel disgusted, turning into suffering. Happiness then turns into suffering, pushing and driving the monkey away. Yesterday, while we were watching him kiss the monkey, were we in our minds? It is. This shows that we also imagine ourselves kissing the monkey in Thailand. It's not just the model and the woman kissing, It's us who are kissing the monkey. And that's why we make a grimace. Because we imagine the monkey in our minds and then kiss the monkey in our minds. That's it. See, whether it's complex or not, it's straightforward. That's it. But it works. It's all automatic now. We can't catch up with it at the moment. What's happening in our minds is all over the place. What is the cause of the suffering that is so widespread right now? We probably need to gradually organize it. The method of organizing our own minds. That is what is called meditation practice. Through practicing Dharma. The heart of practicing Dharma is to organize our minds, and this organization will gradually elevate in degree until it reaches the point where seeing the truth, understanding the truth is what we call the arising of wisdom. The method of practice, since we already know that at every moment for every human being in this world, it is filled with, let's say, when we work, we use our phones, we have to communicate with people, which impacts and pressures our minds, bringing happiness and suffering throughout the day. going up and down. If it were a graph, it would be constantly rising and falling every day, all day. Now we will organize to make our minds begin to calm and cool down. Then we will become accustomed to this calmness instead of being accustomed to chaos. Do you believe that we are used to chaos? Saying it like this, sometimes some people don't understand. For example, there was a child. She came to attend a practice course at the age of 12 or 13. She was very addicted to games, a young girl. On the day her parents brought her, she didn't want to come because she wanted to play games. But she agreed to come, so she came. She said she was bored and wanted to go back. But she stayed because after several days, she made some friends. There were games and activities to do, and she kept doing them until she gradually started to calm down. From the various activities and meditation sessions, she wasn't aware, her mind, until the day she went back home. When she got back home, the first thing she thought of was the game. She picked up the game to play. While playing the game, she started to feel a pressure in her heart. From having been in a calm environment for just 3 to 4 days, she began to feel, oh, why is it so pressuring like this? Why is it so distressing like this? She started to feel that didn't we used to have fun before? For anyone who feels that games are fun, let's try practicing meditation. Then no one needs to tell you to stop. It's like not knowing which way to play. She just discovered that the happiness she once thought was true, happiness is actually the distressing suffering. This is what the children say themselves, speaking from their own hearts. In my lectures, I have mentioned that the Buddha once spoke about the delusions of humans. One of them is seeing suffering as happiness. All humans are attached to suffering, thinking that it is happiness, until their minds become calm. And one day, they will find the answer themselves that what they called happiness is actually the pressure that is entirely suffering. We can experience the happiness from this calmness in many ways. The first method is anapanasati. This is being mindful of the breath. It is the only method, I would like to say, that the Buddha praised. And he used this method throughout. And he also taught it to his disciples. Anapanasati, today people misunderstand it a bit, thinking that anapanasati we hear about is just being aware of the breath. If we say we practice anapanasati, we say, oh, practice by being aware of the breath. If I were a teacher, giving a score out of 10, if someone says that practicing anapanasati is just being aware of the breath, I would only give 0.1. Not even 1. Because it doesn't even come close to what the Buddha taught. I think that before the day ends today, I will explain how the Buddha actually taught the practice of anapanasati and why he taught it this way. I will not only tell you how he taught it, but also why. And the reasoning behind all of these teachings. Today, in the lecture, we will gradually delve deeper because we only have 1 day left tomorrow. Wow, the professor flew all the way here just to say this. Oh, that's enough. The rest is up to you to do on your own. No one can do it for anyone else. I'm just here to show the way. The rest you have to walk on your own. And don't worry, the lecture that ended yesterday All the clips have been edited and sent to Bangkok. They are being translated into English. And the next language will be Dutch. Therefore, if nothing goes wrong, by tomorrow, the lectures from yesterday, all 3 sessions should be up on the Meditation Island YouTube channel. They will be available in English and Dutch, and will gradually be uploaded in Swedish and Norwegian, French, German, and many more. From now on, the lectures will be translated into 6 languages and will be uploaded continuously. These are the 6 main languages that we use to travel. It will be easier for people. Suppose you have a foreign friend who is interested. You can just share it. Whatever nationality they are, you can share it in that language. If they are not comfortable with English, they can share it in their own language. Now let's return to how to practice. Let's set aside the concerns for now. I think I'll speak calmly. Let's start with the basic practice first. Awareness of the breath. Meditation. We've done it before. Even if we do it in the way we understand, just keep doing it. Now, the second thing we see is walking meditation. What is walking meditation? It has a core principle that is very similar, which is being mindful of the body and mind. Walking, or suppose I am going to pick up a water bottle to drink. While moving towards it, moving to pick it up, there must be a sense called mindfulness. Awareness. Having awareness, then lifting it up. When it touches the mouth and flows down, you feel it. Something going down. When we practice, why do we have to do it to this extent? And can we really do it in real life? I would like to say this, Arte. Once we start practicing for real, we will encounter problems at certain points, which is that, suppose you are aware of your breathing. At that moment, there isn't any problem. But as soon as you come out of meditation, and then you suddenly get up to go to the bathroom, at that moment, your mindfulness is completely gone. While the mindfulness that you are practicing is interrupted, it opens a gap for evil defilements, which are all kinds of delusions that can take over instead. For example, suppose someone slams the door shut. When we are deluded, we might carelessly let unwholesome thoughts arise immediately. This is like leaving the door of our house open without a guard. Our house has 5 meters with 6 doors: eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, and mind, which open up to connect the inner world with the outer world. When there is no guard, things will penetrate and come through anew. As soon as it penetrates inside, it becomes the unwholesome states we talked about, like pressure, anger, resentment, and whatever else arises in the mind. When we practice mindfulness frequently and regularly, initially, I say that it is beneficial. It is beneficial, but it is not yet the true mindfulness. But practice first. It's like riding a bicycle or learning to swim on the first day. It's awkward. It seems like it's not right. It's not right. If you can ride a bicycle, you'll say, oh, the first day it wasn't right at all. Today, you can ride without thinking about it at all. But before reaching this point, it all came from those awkward beginnings. So practicing mindfulness is the same. It's awkward at first. On the first day, it seems difficult and exhausting, until it becomes second nature, ingrained in your bones and flesh, becoming one with you. Once it becomes one with you, you don't have to do anything. It takes care of itself. Therefore, in the initial period, we stay with our breath as much as possible. For example, in a 34-day practice course. If we intend to be mindful and stay with ourselves, whether it's picking up a water bottle, scooping food, or drinking, feeling the movement, we will begin to understand ourselves more and be more present with ourselves. Even when chewing food, we feel the act of chewing. Like this, moving and moving, seeing the spoon dip down. Oh, you will continuously see your actions at work. We will not get lost in thoughts or anything external. Hey, it remains based on the body. The term kaya vikara is used, which means mindfulness that is based on the body. You will see that if disruptions or various movements make our mind calm and peaceful, moving through different postures until sitting and being aware of the breath, you will see that behind the mind, behind it, the mind, will continue to be calm continuously. We will gradually experience things continuously, creating familiarity and habit over time. From initially being awkward and not very smooth, we will start to feel more in the flow. Because human familiarity and habit in doing things tend to develop like this. When you do it frequently, it becomes a habit and then becomes natural until it turns into second nature. At first, it seems natural. After a while, it becomes natural. You don't have to do anything, it becomes natural. It becomes natural. All right, so let's see. In practicing mindfulness of the body, by keeping awareness on the body with each breath, everyone raise your right hand. Raise your right hand and then wave it. While you are waving, I ask if you are aware. Ish, do you feel that it is waving? Do you feel it? You do, right? Now close your eyes. Everyone close your eyes and wave. Do you feel it? This is very clear. Once you close your eyes, you will feel it clearly. Now wave and then open your eyes. Open your eyes. Now I will ask you to put your arm behind you without letting your eyes see. Because right now we're confused about whether what we feel is because our eyes see it. Do you feel it now? You do, right? Oh. Now close your eyes and wave it behind you. You'll feel like it becomes clearer, right? Once you close your eyes, the movement becomes clearer. Now open your eyes. Bring it forward. We will feel the movement. There will be a sensation similar to light, perceiving the movement. Now, once you understand this part, when it comes to picking up something, let's say we're going to pick up a drink. We will feel the same movement as here, but it changes to this direction. And once the hand touches it, it will feel cold. Right. Assume in nature as it truly is. Because when we practice slowly like this, it's so that when we are in a real situation, we can return to being aware. For example, when I feel thirsty, I will only see a feeling that arises before the hand moves, which is in the mind, in the heart, and it will be the starting point. There is something that practitioners might call the origin of the mind. There must be an origin of the mind that arises first. as a point where a command is issued for the body to move. It's not like we just move suddenly. There is an internal command that starts first. Once it starts, because once this thing moves, I will immediately become aware. It's like a light switch being turned on. Then the body will feel it immediately. So we will see that each day and each moment, if we keep practicing, we will become accustomed to being with the body almost all the time. The benefit that arises is that there will be no time to get entangled in various issues that the mind creates. It starts with this initial stage. Then, when various issues that used to trouble our mind arise because we sit idly, playing around, like a boat being steered without holding the rudder, or a car without holding the steering wheel, now it begins to feel like there is something to hold on to. There is a steering wheel to hold on to continuously, hoke. So life begins to proceed with a place of refuge, a place to rely on. Our mind will start to have companions, have something to hold on to, things like that. Then it will begin to calm down. As we engage with it more often, we will start to feel peaceful and serene. We will start to feel mentally content. When alone, sitting with our breath, walking anywhere, feeling the movement. If you ride a bicycle, you feel the movement. Holding the handlebars like this, it will be filled with happiness. Not happiness from riding the bicycle, but happiness from the calmness. Exaggerating is too much. Now imagine, as I said, try closing your eyes and waving your hand. This feeling that we will use is what the Buddha called sampayanya. The feeling that senses the movement, forward and backward, these are called sampahanya. Now, once we start to understand the essence, I will teach only the essence. I will not teach the methods. For example, some people use right step, left step, or whatever you do, just do it. Whether you choose to speak or not, it doesn't matter. But the true essence is behind all of that. The front part is called the method. You can create any method you like, it's all the same. The core is the movement, which is called mindfulness. Continuously focusing on the movement. We will use the concentration from walking. To connect with sitting meditation, being aware of the breath. We will use walking to initially develop concentration, and then we will build upon this concentration for sitting meditation.